For millions of years, survival followed a simple rule: grow bigger, grow faster, or grow deadlier. But one animal broke that rule completely. No armor, no claws, no fangs. Instead, it survived by becoming something far more dangerous than strength. It became unpredictable. This is the story of the animal that rewrote the rules of survival and forced nature itself to adapt. A creature that shouldn't exist. By every traditional measure, this animal should not be here. It has no bones to protect its body, no shell to hide behind, no natural weapons capable of overpowering large predators. It is soft, fragile, and vulnerable in an environment filled with sharks, seals, and massive marine hunters. And yet, it has survived for over 300 million years. The octopus exists in a world where most creatures rely on brute force or speed. Evolution usually rewards those traits. But the octopus took a different path, one that defies nearly every survival strategy taught by nature. Instead of becoming stronger, it became smarter. Instead of becoming faster, it became more deceptive. Instead of dominating its environment, it learned to manipulate it. In doing so, the octopus became one of the most successful survivors on Earth. Intelligence as a primary weapon. The octopus is not just intelligent for an invertebrate, it is intelligent by any standard. With roughly 500 million neurons, its nervous system rivals that of many mammals. But what truly sets it apart is how that intelligence is distributed. Over half of its neurons are located in its arms, meaning each limb can process information, react, and solve problems independently. An octopus doesn't just think. It multitasks in ways most animals cannot. In laboratory studies, octopuses have learned to solve puzzles, open jars, escape sealed tanks, and remember solutions long after the experiment ended. They observe patterns, recognize individual humans, and adjust behavior based on past experiences. This level of cognitive flexibility is almost unheard of outside mammals and birds. But unlike those animals, octopus intelligence evolved without social groups, parental teaching, or long lifespans. It evolved purely as a survival tool. Camouflage beyond imitation. Camouflage is common in nature, but the octopus turned camouflage into a language. Using specialized skin cells called chromatophores, iridophores, and leucophores, an octopus can change color, brightness, texture, and pattern in milliseconds. It doesn't simply blend in, it becomes its environment. Sand, coral, rock, algae. The octopus doesn't hide among them, it transforms into them. Even more astonishing is that this transformation isn't purely visual. Octopus skin can change texture, forming spikes, ridges, and bumps to mimic surrounding surfaces. A smooth body becomes jagged rock. A soft silhouette becomes coral. Predators don't just miss the octopus, they never realize it was there. In evolutionary terms, this is survival through invisibility, not strength. Shape-shifting as a defense strategy. Unlike animals restricted by skeletons, the octopus has complete control over its form. It can flatten itself to slide under rocks, compress its body to fit through openings no larger than its eye, or stretch into shapes that confuse predators. This flexibility allows it to escape spaces that no rigid creature could ever access. But the octopus goes further. Some species actively impersonate other animals. The mimic octopus, for example, can imitate the movement and appearance of venomous sea snakes, lionfish, and flatfish, choosing which predator to mimic depending on the threat it faces. This isn't instinctive mimicry alone, it's situational decision-making. The octopus doesn't just flee danger, it lies to it, a life built on constant adaptation. Most animals specialize. They evolve for a specific niche and survive by staying within it. The octopus does the opposite. It is a generalist, capable of hunting, hiding, escaping, and problem-solving across a wide range of environments. From coral reefs to deep ocean floors, from shallow tide pools to open water, Octopuses adjust their behavior rather than their biology. If one strategy fails, they abandon it. If a predator adapts, they counter-adapt. This constant flexibility is why octopuses don't dominate a single environment, but survive in many. They don't win by control, they win by change. Short lifespan, long impact. Perhaps the most baffling aspect of octopus survival is how short their lives are. Most octopus species live only 1 to 2 years. There is no long-term learning passed down through generations. No parents teaching offspring, no accumulated wisdom. Every octopus starts almost from scratch, and yet intelligence persists. This means octopus intelligence is not cultural, it is evolutionary. Their brains are preloaded with adaptability, curiosity, and problem-solving instincts because survival demands it immediately. They do not have time to learn slowly. They must understand the world fast, or die. In evolutionary terms, this makes their intelligence even more remarkable. Escape artists of the natural world. Aquariums around the world learned a hard lesson. Octopuses cannot be contained by conventional thinking. They escape tanks by unscrewing lids, slipping through filters, climbing out at night, crossing floors, and entering neighboring tanks to steal food, before returning unnoticed. These are not random accidents. They are intentional actions. Octopuses observe routines, remember layouts, and exploit weaknesses. They wait for the right moment, often when humans are absent. This behavior blurs the line between instinct and planning. Few animals demonstrate such clear evidence of foresight without social learning. Survival without aggression. Despite their intelligence, octopuses are not aggressive apex predators. They don't dominate ecosystems through violence. In fact, many octopus species avoid confrontation whenever possible. Their survival strategy prioritizes avoidance, deception, and escape. When threatened, an octopus may release ink to create confusion, change color to disappear, or slip into terrain that predators cannot follow. Fighting is the last option, not the first. This approach contradicts the idea that dominance ensures survival. The octopus survives not by winning fights, but by refusing them. The cost of intelligence. Rewriting the rules of survival comes at a price. Octopus intelligence demands enormous energy. Their brains consume a significant portion of their metabolic resources. This contributes to their short lifespan and limits their size compared to other marine creatures. They live fast. They think constantly. They burn out quickly. Evolution accepted this trade-off because the strategy works. Survival doesn't require longevity. It requires effectiveness. The octopus may not live long, but it lives well enough to reproduce and continue the lineage. And that is all evolution asks. What the octopus teaches us about survival. The octopus challenges the assumption that survival favors the strongest. It proves that adaptability can outperform armor, that intelligence can replace aggression, that flexibility can overcome power. In a world that constantly changes, rigid strategies fail. The octopus thrives because it expects change and prepares for it instinctively. It does not defend a single identity. It becomes whatever survival requires. The animal that changed the game. The octopus did not evolve to dominate the ocean. It evolved to outthink it. By rejecting the traditional arms race of teeth, claws, and size, it carved out a different evolutionary path, one based on intelligence, deception, and adaptability. In doing so, it rewrote the rules of survival, not by becoming stronger than its enemies, but by becoming smarter than the world around it. And in the end, that may be the most powerful survival strategy nature has ever created.